In today's video, we expand our Minecraft mod ever more in this third installment of the series. But did you hear that? That was the subscribe and like button. They were shouting, "Please, press me!" Anyway, on with the video. Well, here we are again, ladies and gentlemen, in our snowy world. And today we have a new addition to this area. We have a house. Now, you may be asking, what is this house for? Well, today we are going to be adding our own custom villager to our mod pack. But this entails quite a few things. We need to think of what we can trade with him, what block we're going to use to make him trade, and what is he going to look like, because all villagers have different textures. So without further ado, I think we just go straight into our pixel art software and start making the textures for this block and this entity. Well, as quick as that, here we are. And so I've got two main textures. I've got the crafting table texture and I've got the cleric villager texture. So I'm wanting the first item to be called the paleontologist workbench. So it's going to be a workbench for a paleontologist. I'm not thinking of adding like an actual use for it just now, but I want it to be the main block we use when creating our villager. I want to sort of use the same texture as the crafting table, as I like how that looks, but I want to maybe make it the colours of spruce, and instead of having like the shears here, add maybe a paintbrush, maybe anything to do with paleontology, like a flashlight, or maybe even a spade. So without further ado, I'm going to get on with this texture, but also I'm going to redo this texture here of the cleric, but instead of making it a cleric, I want to make it look like a paleontologist, and I'm going to try and make it look like Alan Grant. So give him a white hat, sort of a blue t-shirt, and a red neckerchief. So I'm going to try that now. Alright, here we are. We have got our workbench done, and we also have our villager done. This is the texture I've gone with for the paleontologist workbench. As you can sort of see, I've used the spruce sort of colouring, and I've added a shovel or a spade. I've added a paintbrush, I've added a little hammer for them to chip away at the rock, and also a skull, just because this was a pretty much of an empty side. This is what it's going to look like from the top, and the base is just going to be the spruce looking block on its own. And I've also gone for this design for the paleontologist. It's very hard to see, but this right here is the hat. This top bit here is also the hat, but from the sideways, and this is sort of the vest he's going for. So he's got the blue jacket and he's got the grey sort of waistcoat to wear as well. So now that we have this here, what we can do now is go into our coding application, and we can now start working on adding them into the game. Okay, so we are back in Minecraft now, and if I go over to our Paleontology Beyond tab, we should see our new block. There it is. He is looking absolutely perfect, and we should be able to place him down, and he looks very nice from each side. If we place him down there, everything looks good, and if we look at the bottom, yep, everything is going well. So there's that texture fully done. As I say, like, there's no purpose for him, you can't right click it at the moment, but what we can do is grab a villager, and hopefully when we place him down, he should get his new texture and get his job. I've only added one trade, because as we go through this mod making it, we can add as many trades as we like. So let's go for it. And there we go, he gets his white hat, and he gets his waistcoat and his yellow top. So will he do the correct trade? Yep, he does. You can see, we right click, we can see 32 emeralds for 1 amber. And does he actually trade? Oops, sorry, wrong one. Does he actually trade? It could be terrible if you can just see that. Let's right click him, pop him in this slot, and there we do. We can grab it, and we even got the water deal, which makes me think now possibly we could add an advancement for trading with a paleontologist. So here's my thought process. I'm trying to think with this mod of tons of Jurassic Park quotes that basically are from the film that you could implement somehow into this mod. I've got a few quotes here just up on my side. Let me get them up real quick. Okay, so up on my left here, I've got 5 quotes that we could in theory add onto this game as advancements. So the first one we have is, of course, the classic, I'm Mr. DNA and I make learning fun. So that one could be something to do with DNA if we make that. Another one is life finds a way. Another famous Jurassic Park quote, which we could make possibly when we hatch our first dinosaur. We have the quote from John Hammond, the "You have a T-Rex," which could be when you hatch a T-Rex or when you get T-Rex DNA. We also have clever girl, so that could be something to do with velociraptors. And finally, we have spared no expense, which is a good one, because that brings me on to my next item we're going to make. So I'll explain that in Sprite. Alright, so here we are, and now the next item I'm thinking of using spared no expense for is the amber cane that John Hammond uses. Now this works in quite a lot of ways, because we have the amber cane is what John Hammond has, and the spared no expense means he didn't actually cheap out on anything. So I'm thinking that we make it so that at some point you can make clean amber. I've made this texture, here it is. It's sort of like the regular amber we have over here, but I've removed the insect inside of it. So it's like we've extracted the DNA and we now have a clean piece of amber. So I think we make a recipe where it's sort of along the lines of you either get DNA from extracting this amber or you get clean amber. So with this clean amber, we're sparing no expense by turning it into none other than Dr. Alfred John Hammond's cane. And I think this be the main sword used in our mod. So I hope this is a good idea. If you think it's a good idea, make sure to let me know down in the comments. We've just used the same stick design, and I actually copied over the clean amber and just made it quite smaller and adjusted it to how I like it, just here perfectly. So this is going to be our main sword. I'm going to make it better than netherite, so I'm going to add this to the game and I'll see you there now. Right, so here we are, we're back, and we should have our two new items. There we go, we have our clean amber and our amber cane, and as you can actually see, oh, I spoiled it. I accidentally spoiled it. You're supposed to get that message when you craft it, which I'll show you in a second. But we have our amber cane and we have our clean amber. If we grab a netherite sword, we can see got 8 attack damage and 1.6 attack speed, but I've gone with 9 attack damage and to nerf it a little bit to attack speed. So what we can do is go up to a crafting table, place 2 sticks and a clean amber on the top, and that is how you make the amber cane. And as you saw there, spared no expense, craft or obtain an amber cane, which actually rhymes. So that is an absolute banger video for today. I think I'm going to leave it there. Do you think I should add the amber cane to the Paleontologist GUI? I could do, I'm not sure. Let me know. But that will be it for today's video. Hope you enjoyed. So make sure to stick around for the next video, because I'll be showing you how you actually obtain a clean amber when we implement 3 machines that actually work with GUIs. So, thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you guys later. But first, subscribe. Bye bye.